playing a smooth move right now, actually. He's running up mid without his obs. He dropped him on the ground there behind him.
Ooh,
Wanted
nice.
to see if he could catch anyone quick here as they have a Naga Siren Illusion running on through.
Don't get
Might
him
have
stolen.
seen that warding. It's possible.
We've seen them, seen people lose their wards when they drop down behind before, but probably not going to happen there. And yeah, a little bit the old switcheroo. The panel was talking about the limited hero pool out of mid at the end, and Noob ends up picking up the Omni Knight. A hero that has definitely risen up in value in terms of its core potential. Does so much freaking damage. I hate playing against this guy with the harpoon. Just feels so hard to kill. What do you think about the OG draft, though? Do you like what they've pulled together? Do you agree with the panel?
Yeah, I mean, we got the Invoker at the end, so we got Dispel from the SD on the side of Quest, and then we're going to have some Dispel on OG, so everyone has to be cautious with their buffs, and of course, all these new items, a lot of them can be dispelled as well outside of pipes, so we're just looking to remove some of this nuisance that you get in the mid-game, right? And trying to play around all these new barriers that everyone is working with. So, yeah, we'll see if the buffs to Invoker are going to matter with the fresh, fast, far distancing tornado now at the earliest levels.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good point. So that actually provides way more value out of going Exort because, again, for anybody that missed it, the range on Invoker Tornado now I think is 1,500 or something crazy like that.
I think it's that high.
Is it?
Oh, wait, it is. Oh, my God, it is. It is 1,500.
Yeah,
right. Holy shit.
It's crazy.
It's like, that can't be right.
Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
So yeah, that might make a huge difference of being able to dispel stuff you otherwise wouldn't have been able to, just with one value point there in Wex.
That is actually nuts. All right. I saw that he did play a game this morning. He went Midas Octarine, had a 14-minute Octarine, so pretty good game right there. So he's already warmed up on the Invoker. That is certainly good news for the OG fans here. But yeah, I'm very excited for the Omni Knight, as you were mentioning. I haven't got to watch it very much. I've definitely been like peeking around some replays and like watching builds and stuff, but I haven't got to see it in many of the pro games. But the hammer of justice comes for everyone with that harpoon.
That's right. It definitely does. And it strikes swiftly and very, very hard on people. But we got to mention one other thing. The biggest thing in the world, Merlini Dota has come back, and he's going to be playing some Dota 2 with OG. That's what we love to see. Faces from the past. And he's already doing pretty good, able to, get that little block out there on the small camp. It does look like Curry's already come on over and blocked it. Perfect.
Yeah, the panel tried this like cover story of, oh, it's an Earth Spirit pub player. We know the truth. Clearly,
really, Merlini.
Yeah, he's disguised. And like you'd think, well, if you're going to disguise yourself, wouldn't you pick a less obvious name? But that's the genius of it all. Because no one would suspect that it's Merlini if he tags himself as Merlin.
Right, of course.
Yeah, so when the bots and the Midas are up for this Earth Spirit, that's when he'll really get started, I'd say.
Absolutely. Well, we'll keep an eyes across all of these different lanes. Omar playing on the techies, the bane of all of the pubs recently. This hero feels like he's been all over the place and just so freaking strong now with all of the spam that you have in the lane. Kind of a weird matchup against the Elder Titan in this one, though, because ET also gets pretty freaking buff with those right clicks if you can get on top of him.
Yeah, he's a hero that has gone through quite a few emotional changes since 7.33 kind of first dropped. Like, he was one of the first win rates that just skyrocketed like crazy because people were using all the new camps. He also can take advantage of just bullying in the lane, right? If you get a good Astral Spirit on top of you, you can punch anyone down, and there is Merlin, that is his real name, getting the first blood in KO.
Well played. All right. That's the way that you want to start if you're playing as a stand-in. Holy moly, that's sick. Getting off to a good start and already just about has the urn completed. And we'll roll on over and pick up the Lotus. Also, we just saw that. But yeah, he did a roll through the Lotus pool to pick it up as he was rolling through it, so TA2000 couldn't get it.
Oh, he does have all that knowledge. The panel did mention that he is a Grandmaster Earth Spirit, as you can see up top there. So 2 Grandmasters versus no Grandmasters on the side of Quest. Obviously, the advantage going their way. Maybe it's that's what we had before Universal Heroes. We just counted Grandmasters. So
right, exactly. So far, Noob doing really well in the mid lane as Amar is just taking a bit of a beating down bottom. Can shrug off a lot of it with that double bracer build, but he's been able to get, pretty nice start to this one. 21-3 versus that 18-5. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, he's staying in tight, constantly getting the damage out there, getting his last hits. So not really a hero that you're very concerned about rotating when the levels start to hit. So that is one advantage here for OG. Obviously, doesn't also like push towers or anything. So I'm kind of curious to see how Noob plays this out. I don't know if they can make like a rotation play with the techies. That sounds kind of good, right? Like blast offs in, purification, into some hammers. That could be pretty solid.
Yeah, it does sound good. Definitely one way to sort of help deal with that. You know, power that comes out with an Invoker wanting to shut him down early. Now, Yuragi does get jumped on, cutting down some trees. There isn't somewhere to spear him to. Does have it after, and Amar able to get that kill. Just waited him out.
Up top, they had a little fight as well, but it looks like Merlin's out of that one after a kick. So pretty low on TA2000 and Kaori. His DM hits level 4. Yeah, it's very tempting to go for the Shadow Demon right now. He's very low on mana as well. He actually doesn't have anything for a disruption if they notice that, so he could just die.
They're not opting to do any dive plays as of yet. Yeah, that's definitely a bit of a scary spot for Kaori to be in.
Do anything right now. Like, you just look at his heroes like, I have nothing. Like, if they take note of this, he is just completely sunk. But maybe they'll take note next to that ward, as we need a pause here from BZM. Sorry, Go. Just a real quick one there.
Okay. Now, he does have Sunstrike ready to go also, so a quick roll-in would be a nice and easy kill. Merlin, though, opting to maybe make another rotation. He went over and had the Twin Gate ready, but decides not to go through it. And you can see that this little staying off map pressure, Amar's playing a little bit more conservatively because they haven't seen Merlin in a little bit now.
Well, it's working out well for TA2000 at the very least because he's surviving. His support is gone at the moment, regenerating back up, and he's not being punished for it. And Merlin's going to make that move towards mid. And the ping is there, so going to see if he can assist BZM as Chu also moves in. Everybody coming mid at 6 minutes.
Yep. Want to make sure that they don't give away one of those big key runes. Now, there is a ward that's scouted one side. And now Noob right on top of it. Can he manage to take one away? It's going to spawn top, it looks like, where there's a haste. And the jump forward onto Chu. Now the roll through. Finds Noob. Gets the kill with BZM. There was a disruption to try and separate that. And Amar maybe in some trouble as they do have urn charges ready to go. Another couple of seconds to rolls back off cooldown. Does Chu have enough damage to survive through this? It looks like a little bit of a dodge there on the roll. Still Merlin ready to run through. A second urn charge used. He's making him work for it. But in the end, they do get the kill onto that Techies.
So much time. And now way back on the other side, Kaori trying to take up position here as the 7-minute timer is coming close. This is going to be a hard one to get, though. I mean, oh, there he is. Yeah, the eventual spot. Yeah, the immediate TPs. Like, you cannot lose these now, right?
Right.
2 heroes getting XP? I don't think so.
Wait, they bring TA2000 too. DM, he could be in some trouble. Now, they are going to find the kill onto Kaori here. But afterwards, TA2000 just walks on in. Get out of there. Adaptive Strike and Quest. They're going to get both of the Wisdom Roots. Sunstrike. Oh, the timing. Ooh, trying to get out of there. TA2000, though, it was just enough to keep him alive. Is still wave forming, or rather switching over the strength. And it's going to be enough to keep him out of there. Wow.
Hero. Yeah, still has roll, still has an urn, but he knows it's just not enough versus Morphling, even when he looks so delectable. Can't quite get it. At the same time, Omar wrapping around from the backside here. There is vision, however, from BZM with that ward, so sees this lurking Techies. As they... Oh, it doesn't matter, though! He didn't see Kaori!
Oh, yeah, and there's no answer for this. BZM, he's just gone. Beats him down. Chu tried to make a little bit of a turn play, but was not meant to be, so the supports come in, and they take down that Invoker.
Jeez, sometimes you just get disrupted and die. That is tough. At least his Midas was used, so the best news that he's got right now. Illusion rune down bottom, so nothing too crazy. That's pretty rough for Noob. Like, he could really use a better rune. I mean, we know there was a haste last, I guess, but like, you know, you don't really have a lot of ganking options as Omni. You need someone to literally walk in, disrupt, and have a blast off another support in order to get these kills. So very fortunate that they were able to make that happen.
Listen, players play. He got what he needed, all right? I will also say, well, there's all this action been going on mid. There was a build that's very interesting to me. Panel talked about no auras for Amar, and they are not wrong. This man is sitting on triple Bracer Soul Ring. So his 25-minute timing is going to be very strong.
Yeah, we gotta break
As the roll hit, everybody comes mid, and Merlin tried to make a little bit of a play, but ends up getting caught out there. Chu now seeing if he can play cleanup, but it's not going to be enough.
I love how this is the only way that Omni works, and it's happening. You know? Like, this is it. Like, I need a bunch of heroes mid. I need you guys to hit disruptions and blast offs, and my hero will do something. Like, this is kind of he could be any hero, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're going to be securing these kills. Omni Knight's not necessarily doing anything too special at the moment. But
well, I mean,
oof.
Right. I mean, that's the strength of those, supports picking them first too, right? That's what I think they opened with, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was a Techies SD. Who needs Mirana? It's Techies now.
Clearly just too good. Yeah, it probably is the best for right now. I will say, as much as we've all had a hatred for Techies, I don't think the hero is necessarily like crazy broken right now. I think he needs to be tuned down just a little bit, but I'd feel bad if we had to kill the hero again. I feel like he's kind of okay right now.
Yeah. Well, some things you need to kill multiple times, like zombies.
That he is a zombie. He just keeps coming back.
So the panel talked about how strong this OG lineup is going to be once everything comes online. But with double wisdom runes taken, with the laning stage going the way that it did, it's feeling like they might be able to make some type of a snowball happen right here. Although this type of a play is exactly what they need to get. Amar gets brought down, BZM involved in that kill.
Huge. That's a very helpful Sunstrike to have right now, especially because he was being ganked at the moment as well. They will get out of there. And although they are wrapping from behind here, very tempting to turn this. Doesn't have that tornado quite yet, though.
Oh, they're going to find one of them. It looks like disruption, but the roll is going to be there. And Kaori going to drop another kill for BZM.
Look at Yuragi. Takes the Twin Gate up top just to catch these waves as well. And a little map movement coming out here from OG.
Sort of mirroring each other. You can see TA2000 left alone for a long period of time is slight lead for him as Noob. Did he go in a bit too far? Nope. Shield Rune, Heavenly Grace, and he's fine.
Yeah, and TA2000 just kind of lurks in the trees for a while. Waits till he sees the illusions come out, then he just jumps around the Nogsire and farms them up too. So gets a little bit of bonus gold as Yuragi moves back towards the Ancients. But solid pattern here from Yuragi. That next wave will also be coming back through. So just catching as much gold as possible up here without having to worry about the dangers of Amar on this Mars, because obviously he's looking for an arena play right now. Oh, mid lane though.
Back mid. They went in for a Hammer of Purity onto Merlin, just trying to play bully, but ends up actually getting out of harm's way, and also the turn from Amar and the jump in from Omar. Oh my God, it's crazy. They do end up getting the kill onto Omni Knight at the end. Wow. So baits on baits, and in the end, it is going to be Quest that come out on top.
We got Sunstrike, did he? Nice. Solid play there from BZM to grab that one. Very needed. So many battles happening in this mid lane. Good rotation from Amar, though. I mean, obviously trying to get involved, and now it's going to be a lot easier because his Blink Dagger is about to be done.
Right. That, allows him to get like such better sort of positioning. And as we can sort of see, this super tanky Mars right now is just kind of difficult for them to bring down completely on the OG team. Everybody's getting really tanked up. Even Veno picking up a casual bracer there too. As BZM and Merlin start to make the rotation down bottom, it looks like they want to try and find Amar here maybe. Now, they do have a little damage amp with Natural Order.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is where it really hurts to have lost the Wisdom Rune, and to especially not have like stolen a Wisdom Rune as well here for OG, because you have this ET. It's just like stuck at level 6 right now, and all of those abilities feel so good when the enemy's trying to run into you, right? Having more points in sleep, more points in the order, just everything. Anything but stats right now pretty much for this guy would be absolutely fantastic. So being slowed down like this, very frustrating, but Amar looking for that blink reveal. Damn, he's got 1100 HP, and that mech is done now if he can get it flown out. that could be a bit of a problem. We also have Tornado available this time too, if BZM catches a good angle.
Well, and the other thing is that while Quest made the early move, is they're going to find that stun onto DM. I don't know if this is a valuable enough kill, since you're probably going to lose both Wisdom Runes now. So Quest, they will take that mid tower, take down DM, but Merlin in position, already ready to take it.
Oh, there you go. All right. So, yeah, first ones are pretty good. Second one's a lot better. Yeah, there I was talking about the level 6 ETs, level 6 SD as he runs by an ancient stack there. Just like, damn, that hurts. I'm already
And now they're 7 and 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big.
Ow.
He's going for a Veil as well here on Chu. Tons of damage that this is going to amp. Absolutely ridiculously good Veil game for the side of OG. Kind of disgusting, frankly. There is also some amp going on the side of Quest 2 there, since we will have the Techie's Mines. And Omar, if you watch him every time he blasts off Zen, he's so fast on the double mine. Oh, save here from Merlin, maybe?
Trying to make the play. They get magnetized out. It is dispelled on a couple, but then reapplied. And Chu, he is going to go down very early in this fight. But now with DM coming in, they get the slowdown onto Noob. Merlin does explode. They're just too tanky. They have so much HP on these heroes. They don't have enough. They need that damage amp levels up.
Oh, every little bit helping too. Pavis there on Omar, helping with the shield. Yeah, they're not buying auras, but we got numbers, all right? That's the strength right now. We got a couple of spells there from an Omni Knight. So despite doing a lot of damage there, as you can see, 4,340, not able to get the kills that they were hoping for inside OG. And now they have a 4K lead at 15 minutes.
Very impressive start. Yeah, I mean, this is everything that you could want right now for Quest. There still are some very strong power points that could come out a little bit later for OG. Does that top tower get taken down? They're rolling in. Thought they might find Noob down on the bottom side, but he's across that little river.
Omar is so vulnerable right now. He can get silenced by Merlin. He's just so low on the HP. He tries to save himself with the Pavis, and there's not enough follow-up here. Oh, there we go. The sleep? No, it doesn't matter. Does not matter. How is this guy allowed to sit in the Radiant area at like 600 HP and just get away?
Yeah. Because you have an Omni Knight, I guess. You know? Keeps him alive. It is kind of crazy.
And it's, what is it, 30% of the heal damage is healed from the shard as well. So, yep. All right. And every 6 seconds, his next attack will fire Hammer Purity at the target. Oh, God, this hero's so funny at this stage right now. This is the point, right? Shard is up. Echo Saver is up. The Blink is when it gets pretty memey. But even now, like, he is truly just this Paladin warrior that just wants to run in and not die.
Yeah, he does so much in these fights and gets, like, just a ton of damage per these levels. Not as much as those other crazy heroes, but, you know, it is what it is. Now, they are setting up with Merlin down by the Twin Gate, but these kills just feel very difficult to do. And actually, DM is on top of a ward right now, so they see this Venomancer.
All right, but look at this lead, though. 3K, and look what's happening on the map. We had Invoker pushing out mid. He's got his Octarine, so he's just spamming everything. Forge Spirit's going out. Spells going out. Chu was catching stuff up top. He's going to get some wards down up in the Mighty Mines here. Provide some information towards his Naga Siren, which is going for some farm. They're going to try and keep these lanes pushed out. And if you look at the side of Quest, like, how do they actually advance the map right now? It's pretty much smoke ganks into arenas and blast-offs. They don't really have that same potential to match the map push and the map movement here from OG.
Right. That's a fair point. Yeah, it does definitely feel like things are slowing down a little bit. Maybe thinking about a Roche at some point if they can find a good fight. But yeah, it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination.
Hey, look at DM. You know, that Midas, he's bringing it out. He's like, I see where this game's going. I'm planting down here. You know, I'm going to hang out in the well. This is my home. This tower, almost full HP. I'm going to try and keep it that way. And Quest, they're forced to hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a great target. It's a big fish.
Finding Yuragi. Oh, but the song comes out just in time. Do they have any way to break this? They don't. So Yuragi gets out of jail free card, but not on cooldown for 2 minutes. So they can still hunt if they want, while OG are continuing to play this hide and seek game.
Well, Aether Lens is good, but it's not that good on Shadow Demon to help you get around that song, unfortunately. And the confidence here from these wards given here to OG to stick around in this case.
Mar?
He's pretty tanky. There's 3 bracers there.
That's true. Yeah, and then the Heavenly Grace comes in and immediately takes it all off.
Oh, don't die for that.
Heavenly Grace is really good this game. Chu, he's going to be the one left behind. The rest of the team, God, the damage is crazy.
There is a chance that he will get a disgusting amount of strength on this Mars, right? He could be in the middle of the fight and he could get a bunch of buffs on him and then he could hit some crazy God's Rebuke and someone might just explode.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, you get that sort of bonus strength per debuff added onto it, and there's a ton of debuffs to throw onto this. Yuragi, though, did get hit by that SD ulti. It looks like he's fine now. Been popping the mechanism there from the Venomancer. So, spreading out the map, but they are kind of starting to hound them into specific areas for Quest.
I'm just waiting to see when Disseminate does something here. And it's so hard to actually notice when the spells, but like let's think here. If you're in the arena, right, and you get Disseminated, the arena radius is 550. Disseminate is like 600 and some, 675. So there's a good chance that, you know, maybe we can spread some of that damage. Could be kind of good in combination here.
Okay, I like it. They do have crazy amounts of AoE damage with even just techies there. And maybe waveform throughs or what have you. But it does depend upon finding a good arena. As the 20-minute mark is going to come around, it looks like Quest, they're going to play for the Tormentor now. Chu, not able to get that stomp off.
I think this is where you want to have buyback as a 5. Like, when you're in these situations right now, like, he's 150 gold short with 300 gold, you know? Like, if he has buyback, I think you try and contest... Oh, God. Kaori? Okay. All right. The mech's there.
He's fine.
He's dropping pretty low, but then everyone else got it. That's fine.
Did he try and Sunstrike steal that? Dude, that would have been sick.
That would be pretty gross.
Well, they're even going to be able to force them off the Wisdom Rune here. Wall techies... Omar, he sticks around and steals the Wisdom Rune. So all 3 sets of spawns, Wisdom Runes have been stolen. Can they get TA2000? Can they bring him down? Techies is nearby, but the roll through is there. And Waveform tries to get out. Tornado lift up and the Stomp knocked down. Chu, the one that gets the kill.
All right, well, Wisdom Runes are a decent amount of XP, but so is that. That is also a lot of gold going to Chu, of all people, as he gets the final hit there. But everybody was getting helped out on that one. Everyone got 400 XP from getting that kill. So, okay, not quite a Wisdom Rune, but pretty good. Oh, meanwhile, Noob all right, good. I'm glad we caught that. Thank you, Obs. Not even close, he says. Always confident.
Very ready for that one. That was good. So another shard. Techies this time. The reactive taser, being able to throw that in for the disarm. Pretty cool stuff.
And Amar, I see, still has the Mjolnir queued up. Been eyeing this one for a while there on the Mars, so looking forward to see if that one comes out here.
Right. Yeah, I guess an answer for some of the Naga Siren illusions. You are also going to have Morphling that's going into this Aghanim Scepter for the stat steal.
Yeah, they're looking to really ruin his game right now. It is interesting, though, that even though it feels like, oh, there we go. This is what they need. Pickoffs again.
Spear. Chu. Nearby. Blast. Throws it out. The turn. It's pretty good. The damage is out, but TA2000 switches into Earth Spirit and makes the roll happen for himself.
There's no song
now
here.
Rolling, looking for more. Yuragi is there. Yuragi, nowhere left to go. Needs 25 seconds. Manta, turn, tries to hit. The disarm's going to be there, but Yuragi still in further trouble as the rundown happens. Noob, too strong on this Omni Knight. And the roll just a little bit too late coming from TA2000 to find another.
Ooh. 40 strength there, handed over to Amar during all of that, as he's just like blasting away and constantly disrupting that whole engagement. Giant kill for the side of Quest. This is exactly what they need. They're trying to, they were attempting to try and bait out Merlin there, and it almost worked, right? They had so much backup available, but OG just hoping that they weren't going to bring their full forces to that fight. But unfortunately for them, Quest sort of had similar ideas in mind here. So They take the fight. They're going to take the Roche. And this is really going to help them when it comes to trying to crack into one of these tier 2s. Because we can see that they're sort of struggling to keep up with the lanes. And so if you're going to be like being split pushed while you're trying to make this setup for the tier 2, you want to be confident that you're at least going to get it. So having the Aegis is really going to help for that.
Absolutely. And I think that, you know, there is also a strong point that's coming up from OG soon, but like right now, the way Quest is playing, it feels like they're not going to have an opportunity to take that fight on even grounds because Quest is just so strong. And, you know, now with this Aegis in hand, they're getting towards all of their BKBs, with the exception of Morphlin, obviously, is just sitting on that Aegis. 8-13, but a 5,000 gold lead.
The thing that pains me most is not having the latent toxicity on the Venomancer, you know? Like, if they were able to get... I mean, obviously, one Tormentor wouldn't have been able to do it. Well, actually, did they buy any of them? No, they didn't. So, but this seems like an amazing game for it on DM.
Yeah.
So, he might have to stop off. I think you stop off. Like, I think you're not getting a Tormentor. And even if you do, your bottom two don't have it. So, you're not getting 2 Tormentors. Even then, you're still rolling the 50-50. I think you just buy Shard right now.
Yeah. He's feels like he wants to get towards that Axe, which again, we talked all about this like stacking up of magical damage amplification, which you get even more of from the Aghanim Scepter. But you do definitely lose out on a lot of value by not being able to just get that latent toxicity stun. Particularly when like Omni Knight's doing Heavenly Grace and stuff. Yeah,
exactly. If there's an Omni, they're going towards BKB as well on the hero. But at the same time, yeah, and you get Morphling, of course, as well. But you also will get a similar effect from the Ags too, in terms of like with the Gale. So I guess I can kind of see what he's thinking. Like his Poison Nova sort of acts similarly. I think that if they're able to push high ground though, I'd really like to see him pick up that Shard.
Yeah. And they also do have the you know, level 4 natural order already. So the damage amplification between that and the Veil is really strong if ET can stay alive. But we've been seeing Chu die at the start of a lot of these big engagements. Definitely been a bit tough. And Quest, I mean, they're just so strong right now. TA2000 finished the Scotty. You know, Noob, he's still, I mean, only with the Blink Dagger Echo, but getting towards that BKB.
Well, neck and neck on those two carries, though. You know?
Yeah.
Right at the top. But like you alluded to, the Aghanims eventually, before TA2000. Doesn't matter if our net worth's the same, because I'll steal some of your stats.
Fair enough. Okay. Maybe thinking about pushing them back into the base here, or even just going high ground. We'll see what happens. But TA2000, he's sitting pretty up there, and guess what? Got the Demonic Purge heal.
Okay, pretty good. A Beast on there as well as they look to push.
But not actually bringing back Yuragi yet. He is still farming out all of these lanes and creating an annoying situation. With TA2000 leaving, that sets up for OG to see if they can hunt and find any beyond their street, but you can see Quest just playing it very safe. Keeps everybody out.
Seeing these mines down here on the shrine or on the gates. What a hero.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Gem picked up now for a Chu as they're going to try and stabilize their side of the map, pick up any of these random wards around, and some pretty good ones dropped around here from Quest. So hoping to get a refund on his purchase there, if you can find some of them. Approaching 28 minutes here in a bit, so could be time to like push up bottom and maybe set up for the Wisdom Rune if you're going to be able to hold your high ground. But ideally for Quest, they want to be kind of knocking on the door at that time as they take the top tier 2 pretty easily.
Noob not with the team right now, but they still feel incredibly strong just standing up these Morphling illusions. And of course the classic SD illusions of illusions getting sent out and taking buildings without having to commit anything, because that seems fair.
You know, the hero needs something. Okay, this is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, man.
All right, he's back.
That is no joke.
Boston Major all over again. That was crazy. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was nuts. I mean, it's a really strong Morphling. No joke.
It's so weird to just watch this Omni Knight run from camp to camp and like farm it up right now.
Yeah.
We are in a new era.
Groggy sending over the illusion.
Oh, the Watcher?
Yeah.
Oh, take it back. Oh, I thought he was going to leave one to try and deny.
Might. I think that they just feel so afraid of anything right now, trying to push out these waves whenever possible. But running through mines, and it's going to be another 2 Wisdom Runes, it looks like, unless they make some type of Hail Mary play for this one, going the direction of Quest. Possibly BZM, Merlin wrapping around, trying to find TA2000.
Dude,
they do spot him right there. Roll in, and Wisdom Rune and out. Wait, but they get him. Now roll onto Invoker. BZM pops the BKB. Quick couple punches. Kaori is going to disrupt himself. The roll through from Merlin as the tornado goes out. A little bit of weirdness. And now BZM, he's in trouble as his BKB wears out. That ends up costing them. They lose the Invoker as SD gets the ulti off before he dies. A good dodge there on the blast off, but they've already lost EM. And now with 3 dead, Yuragi, he's got to do some heavy lifting, because all of the lanes are in perfect position right now to kind of just push down this top lane if they want.
Man, TA2000 with the in and out there on the Earth Spirit Morph. That was sick. They steal the Wisdom Rune. They're kind of happy to sack Kaori for that, but then he chucks out that ulti right before he dies. And it's like, oh, this is pretty solid. We can turn back on BZM. Now look at him go. On the high ground here.
Stomp, but then very happy just to back away. So they do keep their tier 3 tower alive on the top side, but the game just continues to look better and better for Quest.
Regeneration.
And you just keep moving the idea of like, Naga can win the game at this point. You know, you think of another item that maybe you can get and everything will be okay. He's thinking about heading towards the Nullifier. Seems like a pretty solid choice to try and actually get something done in these team fights. Try and prevent everything that Noob is gifting to his allies right now.
Right.
Very good item this game. Unfortunately, they can only really get one. It's pretty hard to fit a second one on this lineup, but one will be enough, especially if you can get the sight there on BZM. If you're Quest, though, you're just looking for another, like, take over the bottom half of the map, get ready to farm up, or get Roche in about a minute and a half. Pretty solid couple of minutes coming up here for them. Maybe even get Chu here as he gets greedy.
Yeah, tried to TP away, but that was never going to work. Mark comes in, takes down his former coach.
He's so fast at putting down those 2 proximity mines. Like, he instantly blasts off and they're just there. Like, they just appear.
That's quick.
Boom, boom.
Man, and yeah, I mean, I'm even trying to, you look at what we were talking about before, even like the damage amp, it's going to be much less.
No, he's getting the eggs.
Because they have
a
pipe on techies.
He's 100 gold away.
Leave him be.
Oh, the ogre.
Ogre seal totem is still busted. That item's so crazy.
It needs like a...
Oh, was that the gem?
Like a half-second channel. No.
They had one on Invoker still. So yeah.
Live in.
Wow.
Man.
Well, 31 minutes, 10K, and now they finally are going to get a Tormentor.
Oh, okay. Pretty solid... Oh, unfortunate. That's a pretty solid Earth Spirit time to get it, right? Like, ET is... Well, okay, it is actually situationally good this game. Simply because it might allow the right situation where he gets on top of the Morphling and takes all of his armor away, right?
Okay.
Because, like, if you land the stomp and the situation... Like, let's say you get a great sleep, especially if you don't have the Naga Song up, so it's harder to position the main hero of the ET, then maybe then you can use it to, like, just get in and try and blow them up. But unfortunately, the vast majority of their damage is magical anyway. But hey, everything helps, right? Invoker would still rather click 0 armor Morphling than 41 armor Morphling.
True enough. Yeah, and, there are some other things about, like, as long as he doesn't accidentally cast it in a way that, like, puts him in the middle of a fight and then he dies, that's when the Aghanim Shard feels really bad.
Surely.
But a second Roche, this one going to go the direction of Quest, as this entire game has been feeling. It is still only a 7K gold lead, but you know, this is a lineup that's feeling stronger and stronger as every minute passes.
Yeah.
They are looking so incredibly good.
It was very fast Roche, but they were still able to get the nullifier up before. So that is big news for OG. They're going to try and find the classic play. I feel like it was like Team Spirit who really made this popular. Back around when they won TI, where they would just like smoke into Aegis all the time and catch someone off guard. And right now they are a bit split. They're missing 2 cores right now.
This is huge. If they can find him, though. Omar on the other side. They roll in, catch onto him now. Try to turn this. Noob shows up, but that just spreads out the Veno ulti. Meanwhile, they run back in with TA2000, still doing so much damage. The second round there, disarmed onto Morph. Earth Spirit is already dead, but it's hard to fight this fight. At the moment, TA2000 jumps now onto the Naga Siren. The arena comes down, but there's going to be the Song of the Siren to try and disengage. They decide we do not want to be here any longer. Tornado for the lift up to ensure the retreat. And it was a Merlin buyback.
And some adapting to the patch here from Amar. The second this fight started, he immediately TP'd top to run through the Twin Gate. So like, even though it's so delayed, takes a long time, he calculated that it would be faster for him to do that rather than running from mid. Not really sure with how where the fight wound up. It probably would have been pretty close, but just having that quick reaction, of course, is something that we're starting to see more players do. Is you got to remember that you, of course, can get to these corners of the map where it feels like half of the late game takes place.
That's all over here in these areas. And a good dodge away right now from Quest to make sure that they are not caught by another gank coming down bottom from OG. And it is going to be the full Aghanim Scepter like we talked about on TA2000. And they're going to take their other Tormentor. So 3 now, and this one going to the Morphling.
Okay, so even harder to catch him. Does still have the Hex coming up soon-ish, so that will be a good answer for them towards this Morphling in terms of having the new Shard ability, but for now, pretty solid. As Wisdom Runes come up here in 20 seconds. Looks like OG will at least get their own this time. Same thing for Quest.
Yeah. I feel like multiples of 7 is now the new thing that everybody just needs to know in Dota. Learn your times table, everybody. It's good. You know it?
I do. I know all my times tables. So I was never very good at the 12 line. But we
No?
Well, we didn't really do it. I don't know. I feel like some people did the 12s, and I feel like 12 12s 144. That's pretty much where I'm at. That's I'll work backwards from there.
Fair enough. I like the inside and out ones too, where you learn, you know, what times what equals this. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's the other way to do it. No, you don't like that?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like, all right, so, you know, 6 times 6 is 36, right? But then what else times what equals 36? And then knowing all the different versions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, what is there? It's
Good for
8 by 4, 12 by 3.
Yeah.
That
this
it?
guy. Look at him.
Wow,
Killing
I'm
it.
learning.
It's
I always
not,
just
8 by 4?
Yeah. 30. That's 32. Fuck. Oh, I tried to be fast.
NA man, we did it. We did it. We did it.
The only one
All right, so you didn't learn that is what you're telling me.
Look, it was a high pressure situation, okay?
All right, fair enough. I'm sorry, Trent. My bad.
I always like the one that, and I bring this up all the time on broadcast because it's so useful, where if you can add, if you add that together and it's a multiple of 3, it's divisible by 3. That is so useful.
Oh, yeah. That one's cool.
Like, that one constantly saves me.
Big saves. And then, of course, like the transposing numbers, if you transpose 2 digits next to each other, it's divisible by 9, which is an accounting trick to figure out how to mess up if you, like, you know, transpose 2 numbers together. You know what I'm saying?
No. What does transpose mean?
Let's say that
it sounds
the number
familiar,
is
but I
like,
forget.
Let's say the number is 258, and you said 285. If you take the difference between those, that's always going to be divisible by 9.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh. Wait, what? Really?
Because it's a base 10 system. Listen, number theory is crazy, but we have something else crazy. TA2000 walking up the
I don't
high
care
ground.
about the game anymore. This is way more interesting. Well, let's just do math. TA2000, this guy does math. That's where the name comes from.
That is TA2000. He's all about it. He missed the Gale, though, which meant that they couldn't get that the ulti onto him. I'm just going to keep saying that instead of Poison Nova.
Yes.
Disarm, waveform away. No stomp connection, but an entire set of racks about to go down. Rooted, stunned, controlled, okay, and now has it on him. Poison Nova, and it does not appear to matter one little
Has
bit.
it on him?
It's not even a little bit mattering.
Can they disseminate him? I feel like that was a good opportunity for it. Or is this spell just never going to get used?
Probably
It
not.
has such humongous range. I feel like he would have been like spectering all over them right there if Kaori had to put that on him.
You know, it's like math. It's just too complicated.
It's true. No one's quite figured out that ability. It's not even bound for Kaori. It's just blank.
I'm taking stats.
Yeah.
It's done. Okay, well, 12K gold lead now. The Hex is finished up, but Quest in complete control of this game right now. For as sort of dominant as it's looked, I'm surprised that the graph isn't further into their sort of lead. We're looking at, what, 85% right now? Somewhere in that neighborhood?
Yeah.
Still giving a decent comeback potential there to OG.
It all just comes back to the lanes. And like every time that they're moving in and successfully getting something done, they have to give up so much of the map each time. And then they have to go back and rebalance the lanes and then group up as 5 and go down. That's why a lineup like this would lose in a pup, because people wouldn't be disciplined enough. And they would spread up a little bit, or they'd want just like one more camp. Whereas, you know, they recognize that, hey, we really got to do our stuff now. We have the Aegis. This is our time. So you can clean up one wave or something, but then we got to get back together. We got to go do the thing, because individually we're not that strong, but together we're champions.
You know, they are champions because they took a game off of Gaimin Gladiators, and those guys won a major. So clearly,
Or 2, even.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Waveform attacks targets. We saw that for the Morph. Now picking up the Spell Prism. Next tier of neutrals. They're all there.
Get your tokens.
You know, one benefit, of course. TM's got that Midas. Invoker's got that Midas. They're getting their neutrals quickly.
True. One of the most random buffs there ever was. But a great one nonetheless. Smoked up squad here from Quest.
Timeless Relic on Veno. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, and the bonus debuffs as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. T2000 just fearless here with the BKB.
Jumps. Hex. Backline. They found Kaori. They blow him up. That is about as good of a start as you could get. Can they get away with the rest of them? DM in trouble. Going to fall. Gets his... Well, do they have enough damage to follow this up? Doesn't look like it. Everybody from Quest just right away. Wait, they buy back on DM. Okay. Amar starting to drop. Chu applying his aura to all of these heroes. Merlin is going to die. But now with the sleep, can they continue the fight? BZM does have Hex back up and off cooldown. They managed to find the net on 2-1. It's the techies. Triple kill for Noob, though. This Omni Knight is still so strong. He's kind of getting kited away a little bit.
They want to
move into
the
position.
Morphags.
Do have another net ready. Nullifier after the fact. But without that...
Oh, nice Hex.
Okay, blink forward. Finds one. Amar.
Whew,
Gets
that's
a full
satanic.
heal. What the hell? But BZM, they now turn onto Noob. Amar misses the spear. Tried to catch onto BZM, not able to do it. TA2000, though, into this Naga Siren form. Switches back and forth, taking the Agi. But look at the damage. Another round of this Poison Nova. Amara's gonna fall, and OG, they're blowing this open. Chu taking away all the armor from TA2000. As Yuragi eats up another Kaori. It's the second death of this fight, but no armor. TA2000's gone. Yo, Elder Titan aura is pretty good.
Yeah, in the end there, you got Invoker hitting for like 600 ET, pounding in when you can finally get on top of that guy. You can evaporate this puddle of water, and man, what a tough fight for OG to take too. Like the very beginning of it, when this engagement started so long ago, but at the very start, Yuragi just lost his stats, right? He just gets copied by the Morphling, and he has to just play the outskirts for so much of this fight. Waiting. They keep waiting. Buybacks coming back in, but eventually they drain out so many of these resources, and they just had so much damage just kept on coming. Like, there's a Venomancer and a Naga Siren who's not being killed. So it's just constant damage over time that eventually they can whittle through this crazy amount of heals on the side of Oridu. Whew.
Right.
Forcing the buybacks now as well.
Although it did cost them a lot of other buybacks on the other side. BZM, he is going to TP out. Yuragi gets away too. So they get a buyback from Amar. In the tail of sort of buybacks, though, it is still a slight advantage for Quest. It was the Veno and the ET. Amar's more valuable, obviously, but interesting couple of minutes as Roche is getting ready to respawn.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of time, though, unfortunately for the OG fans out there. So it's going to give a bit of space here to get Morphling back out of the grave and then back out on the map. Everyone will start prepping towards that Roche. And this will be our third Roche as well. So it is 41 minutes now. Good chance it gets taken during the day.
You know what that means?
It means we got to figure out who's got the best ags on the Radiant.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's Enchant Remnant that we want to see. Cataclysm Song, though, sounds pretty hype. Song, Sleeve, Cataclysm, let's go.
True. Speaking of Song, they don't have it for 15 more seconds, and they're walking through Techie's mines.
Could be a bad time.
Nearby him. 10 seconds away.
Mars' ears are tingling.
Oh, they know that this is going on here. Amar, obviously, really high priority target without that buyback.
Oh my god, there's the morph.
Finds him, rooted, takes it off. Merlin runs into all of them. The silence, he gets exploded, buys back immediately. Now the jump in, DM drops down so low, but not dead yet. The rest back away. Yuragi trying to reset this fight, and there it is, the Song of the Siren coming out. They want to find the backlines. Amar is not caught in this. He has a really big arena, drops it down right now, catches onto BZM. Amar does not connect with any of those stuns, but the control, it's still bringing down BZM lower and lower. A pretty good Poison Nova, but after losing BZM, they have to back out. A great play by Amar to stay out of that angle, and T2000 still burning down, whittling down, dies, Chew! He got him! Just barely on the edge. What an insane catch. I don't even think did he angle that?
Stomped him.
Like,
he Elder Titan stomped him for the kill.
What? Oh man, dude. Poison Nova still has so much value, bringing him down to just no HP.
I actually thought
Look at that damage.
Yeah, I thought they 100% lost that fight. Like, when the Hex came out after the Song, and then Omni's just there with the save, I'm like, oh, that's it, right? T2000 immediately just turns and burns on them. He's blowing everybody up. They're all getting so low. And in the very beginning, how on earth did DM live? Like, he was so close to dying.
Dude, and then this right here, just right on the edge. He walked back into it. I was wondering. I was like, there's no way that it was just damage off the Spirit. Crazy.
Oh, he was free. He was out of there, and there it is, the Agnums.
Oh man,
Taking it BZM, giving us the big dog.
They're thinking about it. Well, I mean, just running the numbers again. Natural Order, 100% base magic resist. Veil, 18% increased damage from spells. Poison Nova, you get a 20% magic resist reduction. Like, magic damage is king in this game against this lineup of Dire. It's nuts.
Now, although it's a late ticket, Boots of Bearing is still very valuable right now. There's still an 8-second BKB here on Chew. And again, this comes back to this idea of, like, you know, this Morphling still has no armor if he gets on top of him.
Right.
Now he has some damage, especially in combination with an Invoker with Boots of Bearing. Speaking of Invoker, BZM getting a little low there to the old Tormentor, but he's all right. Only has 13 armor to his name compared to the 44 of Yuragi, so does a bit of a number on him. He has 8,000 gold on Yuragi right now.
Yeah, he's not sure what he wants.
That's a lot of gold. I've never seen that much gold in my life as a position 5 player. And this guy, yeah, he's got 4,400 surplus. You got to spend that or you're not going to have it in the budget next year. Okay, that's how a surplus works.
That's a good point. Not enough people know about that. Wow. All right, so 5,000 net worth lead for OG. You know, just sort of looking at the graph, we can kind of tell the change up that happened over the last couple of minutes. And it just took that one fight, and it's what you're talking about. When the lane pressure starts to get turned back against him, the swing potential is insane.
Harder and harder. And the gloves of gold get richer and richer.
Right.
Boker and Venomancer continue terrorizing. Imagine you're just a creep and the one next to you just like turns to gold. You know? That sounds terrifying. And yet they got 2 guys just doing this, running around your jungle.
think that's what happened in Goldfinger.
We need like
Creeps.
the next hero should be just a mutated creep who just like ate like a piece of the of an ancient or something. I want like just like the Hulk creep. I want a giant creep.
It. That's the Prelix creep, probably.
I like it. I don't care whatever lore you need, just make it happen.
Well, they're taking this top tower with almost nothing needed, and BZM kind of blinking wildly, but they do keep their tier 3 tower alive just barely. Bottom lane, they got to deal with this eventually on OG, send some people back, because there was that Rax taken long ago. Still 2 minutes left on this Aegis.
I do love... Oh, Yuragi, you are in pretty deep right now, leaving some illusions behind. I love the blink Nagasaran plays.
Yeah.
There it is. So, like, the song into the big blink. Amar scouting, looking for the game ender here. Oh, woo.
It would be big.
All right, buybacks again here. No Invoker buyback. No Veno. It's only Naga, and then it's Omni and SD. So, and these buybacks, none of them are really close either at the moment. Potentially techies. He's trying to farm it up right now. That's why he's getting the waves.
Oh, it's very tense. All it takes is one slip up, and suddenly all this work for either team.
Oh, here
suddenly
it is.
It's just
They're
all
looking
swung
for the
around
song
the other
blink.
way.
This is what they want.
Yuragi jumps in.
There's no one
Who's he
there.
find? Nobody.
Where are they?
Amar, wait, they roll on him.
Are you?
He just found that one randomly. Amar TP's out, does manage to escape. No Aghanim Scepter.
All this
there.
gold for what? For what?
I know. It was, you know, the problem. It wouldn't have even mattered if it was, you know, an Aghanim Scepter, because it said it pierces spell immunity. That doesn't exist anymore, Trent.
Boom. There you go. That's. It does not. It just flies through the floor. It doesn't even hit the unit. Yeah. It just goes down somewhere to the depths and catches onto a TF2 hero.
That's right. Now we're talking. Sending in illusions again. Quest needing to deal with this. Trying to queue into a refresher next, but the whittling away of that range Rax, it's just really difficult to stop. Now the melee is still very healthy, but going to be constant map pressure that quests have to deal with.
It's like, you know, they have this Omni Knight, right? He's like a healer, right? He's purifying things that are gross. And it's like OG are like a fungus, and they just didn't do enough with this fungus. You know, there's a little bit on their foot, and they're like, it's fine. That's not much. So you didn't get the cream, you know, and you just waited a little too long. And the fungus grows, and you thought you could handle it, but now you're stuck in your base, and there's fungus everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your feet hurt. Your family's complaining about it. Smells.
Jesus.
I really think they should have gotten the antifungal cream.
That's fair. What's the antifungal cream? What is it? Is it, I mean, pipe? They got the pipe. Maybe the pipe came too late.
Just winning. Just like going high ground and, you know, getting the fungus at its source of the Radiant Ancient would have been good. Yeah.
So the fungus is really the Ancient. That's what you're telling us.
Yeah.
Gotta kill the Ancient. I like it.
There's a Tormentor to kill as well here as the Radiant are approaching. Chu just smoked up, lurking with that ninja gear. I love getting this now. Now that we have like the ability to actually get these items as supports, backline supports with ninja gear feels incredible.
Totally. Oh,
they're going for it. A quick one.
Mars, he gets the free ags. Stomp, connects onto 2, but they're not going to go onto that. All right, so that's a nice little win there for Quest.
A bit close to the old Defender's Gate to really force a fight there.
Right. Double Spear, always super valuable, and particularly if he can get into that refresher, which he's been eyeing up for a little bit now onto Amar.
How is he getting so much gold? This is insane. Yuragi has 6,000 gold, and he just infused an eggs.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just making money. Also worth noting, the 25 talent for Mars did not go for the regen, has the God's Rebuke crit. Insane crits from God's Rebuke now.
Wait. How many Lotuses do they have? Oh, they're stacking. They're holding.
Are they? Who's doing it?
Chu's got a greater healing Lotus, and he's holding another Lotus. Then we got some Lotus on Merlin as well. You know, maybe?
Oh, man.
Hold.
Are we getting it? The block of cheese. I feel like you give it to Invoker, probably. I don't know if the block of cheese shows which is the real Naga. Or it gives it to all Nagas.
So
Could you
funny.
imagine?
It probably does just show the real one, I'm sure. That'd be way funnier if it gave to all the illusions. That'd be the most broken thing ever. We'd have to have entire strategies around how to get the cheese.
Yeah.
It'd be duping items. But the world's best scientists on it.
Well, they will have complete access to all of these Lotus pools because for the time being, Quest very much stuck in their base. They are making a little bit of a move out now. But, yeah, just immediately run into some illusions, have to go and kill them. The game feels very difficult at this point.
I think instead of making a block of cheese, they should try and get Roche and then use another Blink Song and just win the game. That's probably the best play.
Fair.
But, you know, block of cheese, very fun. Amar, Invis here again. He's been a very sneaky fella here in the end of this game.
True. Well, we did also see just now the Roche respawn time for this one is going to be 1 minute and 5 seconds from now. So on the quicker side, they also do have, like we've been seeing, these like Naga Siren illusions thrown back at OG by Kaori. But in the fights, you're probably going to need to save that disruption for, you know, saving people or what have you.
Yeah, also trying to keep his positioning good with the ninja gear as well. So too hard to deal with, especially versus the Naga Siren. That could not be any better to get this neutral item. Highly recommend support players. Don't let those pesky illusions find you.
True. Interestingly, Yuragi picks up the Lincoln Sphere now and going to keep the Nullifier out of his inventory. That's been pretty key to them winning some of these fights. I wonder if he's going to swap that back in when it's time to fight.
Yeah, I think he will. I think this is literally a, I'm roaming the map with my Lincoln Sphere because I have 6,000 gold.
Okay.
You know, Moonshard just exists, but we don't go there, I guess.
Abyssal Blade done for Noob. I mean, if they can get onto targets, it's very strong how much damage they do. That Hammer of Purity level 25 talent also.
Actually, what I'm wondering, like, how much damage would he do? Like, let's say he Blink Abyssals the Naga Siren, and if Morphling's there, like, I wonder if they can actually Chain Thunder to death. Of course, we won't know because he bought a Lincoln, so.
I mean, it's a good point. It is so much damage. They are going to get now another Aghanim Scepter. And Merlin. Oh, the man's taking it. Let's go. Don't forget the cheese. Turn that into a block later. So, Enchant Remnant. Ooh. Quest. Getting set up here. Mar up on the high ground. TA2000 sees all of this, sees DM right away. Who do they want to jump on? Merlin. He just rolls up there. DM pops the BKB. Now the turn. He enchant rems himself to stay alive, but BZM in trouble. They don't have any way to keep him alive. That's already 1 life down. Now Merlin tries to roll away. Gale through onto 2. Chu staying alive with that BKB. Turns to fight now on to this Omni Knight. Just beating him to death. Chu with the right-click briefcase man came to play. And it looks like Amar is going to be able to get out of harm's way with everybody having buyback. That was a big fight for him.
I mean, during the draft, you were asking for core ET, and I said it can't happen. It can't be done. That's a shadow deal. We've hit it now. I mean, you look at this Omni Knight, he just looks like paper afterwards. Agi hero or not, they also like their armor.
And Merlin, they find him. So much damage out there. It's 4 buybacks, though. Can Quest hold with this? Sleep, now disarm onto the Morphling, losing so much HP just from all of that magic damage alone. And as they reset from the fight, suddenly they're looking now down the barrel of 36,000 gold lead.
Look at his inventory. He's like rolling his face over his keyboard to kill the illusions. It's just like, he's just got to hit every button that he's got to try and survive as they're retreating there.
Wow. I mean, for a long time, things were looking very good for Quest, but it's started to really turn around a couple of those pivotal fights and trying to go high ground. And now,
anyone dies, it's over. It's only who is buyback? So one of their cores, right? Oh, none of them. There's just no buyback. More fought out. Okay. So it's just go
We're
time.
fought up for this.
Yuragi has Moonshard. He will eviscerate you. He's looking to close this game out. He has 5,000 HP.
Desperately. I mean, they don't even have to really threaten with their real heroes. They're just sending illusions in to kill off these racks, and BZM jumps forward, drops the Hex onto Noob. He will be fine through this, but, well, I mean, fine is, I guess, a relative term. God, they take so much damage. Mar, Invis jumps forward, Arena misses the spear, pops the BKB, disarmed immediately. Merlin rolls back. Yuragi has already popped the Song of the Siren, wants to chase on in for this. With
Noob
no
jumps
Arena
in.
down, Noob.
Oh, Merlin.
Nope, can't get him. They try, but they can't control. TA 2000, he gets hit again with that Noxious Plague. The sleep, the Poison Nova, all the damage in the world coming through. Well, Dota is dying, and so too are the rest of Quest heroes. GG is going to be called. OG, they outlast him in this one and take the win in game number 1.
Oh, not even the fountain is safe. Just hand it over. Gets the triple as the game is expiring here. And